it. What's up, Dream Chasers? What's up, Ranch Gang? It's your boy Kevin Van Voorst checking in for another video for you guys today. But before we get into today's video, which we're going to talk about the Redeye Supercharger blowing up, DJ, please do me a favor and hit that intro.
Supercharged, 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 supercharged.
You never know. People just trying to race and stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready. Because they could count 1, 2, 3. He could have blinked. You never know. So in today's video, we're going to talk about supercharger upgrades if you want to use your OEM blower. Now, did I blow my supercharger on my Redeye charger? No, I did that so you guys can click this video because this is an informational video in case you have a Hellcat, Redeye, Demon, Trackhawk, TRX, what else? Super stock, anything that comes with a IHI blower from Dodge. So, in 2015 and 2016, the superchargers that were on those Hellcats weren't exactly the best put together. So people would blow those things up left and right, not even putting mods on them. So what ended up happening is people started to upgrade their stock blowers with race bearings. And then they'd obviously like port the supercharger so you can get more airflow, because more airflow means you can go faster, right? I've been porting superchargers for a long time, but the technology has advanced very, very much. So, on my 8-second Hellcat, I had my supercharger rebuilt by FAS Motorsports, which is what I highly recommend that you do. If you are going to be doing an upper and a lower and doing all these things to your supercharger, what I would do to make your supercharger stronger and so you don't have to run as small of a pulley, so that way you can still daily drive your car if you want, is I would highly suggest rebuilding your supercharger. There's a few companies that do it. The two main ones, in my opinion, are going to be FAS and Jokers. Those are probably the two biggest ones as far as the Hellcat groups go. There's a few other companies. I think SDG does them. And there's a couple other companies that do. But the two top ones would be FAS and Jokers. Those are the two companies that have records. So if you're trying to go out and run an extremely fast time, those are the two companies that you want to do. So you can go on their website, you can click whatever. Now, I highly recommend doing this regardless of if you have a 2.7 or 2.4. 2.7s come on the Demons, Super Stocks, and Redeyes. So if you have a 2.4, which comes on the Hellcats, Trackhawks, TRXs, I'd highly recommend doing this anyways. So the problem with the smaller blower is you have to run a smaller pulley, but there's a give and take. You can only run so small of a pulley to go very, very fast. On my car I had a 250. You should not drive on the road with a 250. The other thing you need to make sure you do is have a lot of cooling. So I had the FI Interchiller kit. A lot of people run that and an ice box. You at least need to have an ice box if you are going to be running your supercharger over and over and over again. The stock interchiller system from the Demon. It does okay, but it's not great. So I'd highly recommend upgrading that, or using an icebox as well, and that would make a huge difference. So for a long time, I ran an icebox. So for anybody who has a Hellcat, a Trackhawk, whatever, take my advice and rebuild your blower. Somebody messaged me today, and I was like, dude, how many miles are on your car? Like, he had like 36,000. I think it's a 2016 or 2017. I said, dude, before you do anything, before you want to do pulleys and stuff, take off your supercharger, spend some money, and rebuild it. You're going to get better bearings, better grease. It's going to run more efficient. Port your snout, get a bigger throttle body, you'll be good to go. Then you can start upgrading the stuff around it, and then figure out how fast you want to go. Because everybody wants to go fast, but everybody doesn't have the money to rebuild a supercharger, go buy a brand new one if it blows up. So you want to make sure that you do your homework and do that first. So if you, regardless, like a lot of the fastest Hellcats in the nation still are running like a stock blower, whether it's 2.4 or 2.7. You don't have to go and upgrade a Whipple. And especially with Whipple taking their sweet ass time on bringing the 3.0s and the 3.8s, which are those going to be who knows when. The 3.0s are going to come out here eventually, but it probably won't be until the first of the year where you start seeing people actually start running them. And then that comes with a lot of tuning as well. So, you know, if you don't want to upgrade to Whipple, which I didn't want to run the 4.5 because like, oh, I'll wait for the 3.0. I rebuilt my supercharger and it lasted a long time. I had zero issues with it. I ran the shit out of it. I don't know how many 8-second passes I had on that car. I had a lot. And then when I sold my car, I replaced I had a brand new supercharger because I got rid of mine thinking I was going to get the Whipple. So my advice to anybody who wants to go really fast is port your blower, upgrade the race bearings, spend I think it's like $4 or $5 grand to do it correctly. But I'm telling you, I would do it. If you want to run an OEM blower, do it, okay? Whether you have a 2.7 or 2.4, you should definitely get your shit rebuilt. It'll run more efficiently, and you won't have any problem in the future. And you're not gonna be like, I'm sitting with a ticking time bomb. Because the problem is with an OEM blower, it's literally like a ticking time bomb. Some of those are built really well, some aren't built as well. And then you gotta figure out, well, was mine built well? And see how fast you can run it. And then the last thing you want is to be running it on the street or at the drag strip and it blows up, and then pieces of metal get into your engine, and then you have to rebuild your engine because your supercharger pieces got all up in there. That's not what you want. So take my advice and make sure you rebuild your supercharger. So did I blow my supercharger on my Redeye? No. If I was gonna if I was like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna start tuning and doing all this stuff, literally the first thing that I would do is take my blower off, send it to FAS, have them do their race bearing package or whatever it's called, and do everything I need to. That way I can be like, cool, now I can go beat the shit out of it. And when I'm not racing, I can just swap the pulley to a bigger pulley and then drive normally. So that's my advice for you guys today. There's a lot of people who are undecided. I see it all the time. So again, if you have a TRX or whatever, port, polish, upgrade your supercharger bearings in your supercharger. I'm telling you, it will be way better in the future, and it'll save you in the long term instead of having to do all these mods, then take your supercharger off and then wait. Do it on one of the first things you do, especially if you're buying a used Hellcat. Take that fucking blower off and go send it off and get it rebuilt. I'm telling you, it's worth every single penny. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys got something from it. If you would give me a like on this video, comment on this video what you think. Have you poured and polished your supercharger, your snout, any of that stuff? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Kevin Van Voorst. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I'm out this bitch.